been a while since we talked. About 6 months. And we have a lot of catching up to do. This past 6 months has been kind of crazy, kind of wild, kind of out there. So I thought that I would sit down and we could chit chat a little bit about all that went down and where I've been, what I'm up to, and what we're doing now. So this is definitely going to be a little bit more of a chattier style video today. So feel free to grab yourself a beverage, maybe a little snack, maybe you're putting me on in the background, whatever it may be. And yeah, let's chit chat, let's catch up, let's see what we are up to. So let me reintroduce myself. Hi, I'm Lauren. I recently started my YouTube channel and then I just kind of ghosted you guys for a while. And I really enjoyed making videos and content and just kind of like documenting my life and sharing it. So I really want to get back to that, especially now that it is summer and July and all that good stuff. But I've had quite a few big life updates and changes, so I thought that what better way than to just kind of sit down and chit chat with you guys about them, because sometimes life happens. So what have I been up to? What haven't I been up to? I have been here, there, and everywhere. I've been traveling. I've been kind of all over the place recently. I've been working a lot more and a lot more diligently than I have previously. I feel like the past 6 months have been a really big, just kind of like growth period for myself, where I was seeing just changes in myself, and it was only within the last 6 months I've actually felt confident enough and comfortable enough with myself to be able to do these things and to move forward. So yeah. So some of the fun stuff I've been getting up to in the last 6 months was, and actually the last video I filmed and it just never got posted because the memory card what was it? The external hard drive that I had downloaded all the footage onto for the first half of this trip, she's MIA. I have no idea where she is. I know she's in the house, but I have zero idea where it is. So I will show you some of the footage that I do have. However, it wasn't my first video of this year because I had posted a Christmas New Year's kind of video, but the video to follow that was supposed to be you guys coming along with me to a Moroccan training up in Montreal for the artists. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm a Moroccan artist, meaning I'm one of their field educators. So I go into salons kind of all over the eastern seaboard, but mostly in the tri-state area, and educate on a plethora of different topics to other salon professionals. And so we have trainings every year. Typically we have 2 trainings, and the one in Montreal was the whole North American team getting together for like the first time ever, and to the extent that it was incredible. It was like a miniature hair show just for us. So it was filled with just obviously education, but also like the first night we had an opening ceremony, and like there was a wig contest, and it was like cocktail hour, and there was a motivational speaker there. Then our days were filled with education. At night we were doing like bonding activities, so they surprised us. They told us that we had an event the one night. It was a group activity, but they didn't tell us what until the day of. And they had gotten us all tickets to the Grand Pier in Montreal, where there's this huge Ferris wheel and there's an ice skating rink, and it's just kind of like this outdoor amusement park almost. So we spent an evening there after being in classes all day. We had a closing ceremony. Like it was just, we had a gala and an award ceremony. Like it was just fantastic and amazing, and just really incredible, and like that was the best training I've ever gone to, and it is an experience that I'm so thankful for, because little did I know that the things that I went through and experienced, and nothing bad, but like the mindset change that happened in Montreal, which Montreal is just a city I love so much. If I could move to a city, I'd want to move to Montreal. It's just so beautiful, and like I've only gone there twice, and both was for work trainings. The second time was this past January, and the time before that was August, and it was also for Moroccan oil. But like, just like, what a beautiful city, and to be able to see it in both summer and winter, like it just incredible. Like, little did I know that just like the actual, like the absolute magic that was going to be happening in Montreal was really going to change my mindset on a lot of things, and how I move forward in like my career and in life, and really kind of catapult some of the things that I have gone through since then. Like, I was up there for a week, or just shy of a week. My one girlfriend in Atlanta, she is another Moroccan oil artist out of the Tennessee, Nashville area. She had flown here, and we drove up together, because Montreal's only about a 5-hour drive for me, so I'm like, I'd rather just drive than fly, honestly. And we road tripped it up there together one night, and we just had such a fantastic time. And I mean, I just love Atlanta so much as a person too, but like there was just, I was able to really get close with some people that maybe I knew but wasn't like super connected with, and I got to connect with other people who like I didn't know, and it was just an incredible adventure. And yeah, a lot of something quite literally in my brain chemistry just changed after that trip. Then recently, it is currently the 14th of July. So more recently, the end of May, Jake and I went down to Cape May, New Jersey to celebrate both my birthday. I turned 27. I turned 27 in April, as well as our dating anniversary. So we typically will go away April and October, because April is my birthday and our dating anniversary. October is Jake's birthday and our wedding anniversary. So we tend to go away, and this year I had nowhere that I really wanted to go. I was just kind of like up in the air with things. I knew I wanted to go away, but I didn't know when, or I didn't know where. And so we decided to push it back until May, because April is very big for spring break. So sometimes traveling can get a little expensive in April depending on where we were going. But I basically just asked Jake if he'd be open to like basically planning a trip and having it be like a surprise. I knew we were going on a trip, but I knew nothing about it. And he said, yeah, sounds great. Just give me some dates. And that's what I did. And when I didn't know where we were going until we were pulling into the bed and breakfast that we were staying at, which Jake and I, we've been to Cape May before, but like we never stayed there. We never stayed in a bed and breakfast. And we were there from Friday to Sunday. I wish we had an extra day. It was just like the most perfect weekend ever, especially because I remember the whole week leading up to it. When I tell you, it was cold and it was gray and it was rainy. Like, I just remember all that week thinking to myself, like, you know, I know that no matter where we go, we're gonna be together, we're gonna have a good time, no matter the weather, like we're gonna make it work and we're gonna have a great time. And we got down there Friday night around 11, and because it's about 2.5 hours from us, and we did not leave like very promptly. I ended up staying at work late that day too. We got down there and everything, and the next morning we're sitting at breakfast, and we're in this beautiful old Wilbraham mansion. It was so cute. The owners were so nice. It was like a 5 to 7 minute walk to downtown. Like, it was literally perfect. But again, like, we were sitting down at breakfast, and breakfast was served like, I don't know, we were down there at like 9 o'clock, and raining cats and dogs. And Jake was like, the weather's supposed to clear up by 10. So we're like, all right, cool. 10 o'clock comes, the sun comes out. Like, you couldn't even tell it was raining. Like, it was so beautiful out. And like, that whole weekend was just, it was very much what I needed. Just a beach getaway. It was quiet, it was quaint, it was beautiful. Like, it was just wonderful. And now I'm like, I so want to go back down there. So we went and did that. I am in about like two and a half weeks going to be getting on a plane and going to Vegas for the Moroccan Oil Collective. This is our second biannual hair show that Moroccan Oil is hosting. I went to the first one 2 years ago and it was so much fun. So I know it's going to be even better this time and I'm so excited for it. So you guys might be coming along with me to that as well. To me, the training in Montreal felt like a mini collective just for the artist. Something else that I did that it's not that it's hard for me to talk about, it's just I'm so excited about it and it's my baby. And I feel like for a while it was something I kept, you know, very close to my chest, and now it's out there, it's announced and people know about it, but it is one of those things that it does make me almost like a little like giddy, I guess, to even talk about. But I left the salon that I worked at for the past 8 years and opened up my own hair studio. So Glossed Hair Studio officially opened June 4th of this year. And it's crazy that I'm an independent hairstylist and like a business owner and I work for myself and everything, but I decided that I wanted something different with my life, and I'm very much the believer that like you are the author of your own life. And there was just some behind the scenes stuff at the previous salon that I'm not really gonna get into or anything, but that I was tired of just being in the same like cycle of things with people there. And I just kept at the time seeing, because this wasn't necessarily my intention. Like if you told me in January I'd be opening my own place, I would be like, you're crazy, there's absolutely no way. But I kept seeing this quote on like Instagram and Pinterest of what you don't change, you choose. And it so deeply resonated with me. And again, the fact that I really do believe that we are the authors of our own lives, and like I'm choosing to stay in a situation where I'm not happy, and you know, I'm like, it's just an uncomfortable situation. I'm choosing this for so long, mostly because I had blind loyalty to the salon and things like that, you know. But it was one of those situations that I know that I left at the time that I needed to leave, because even if I tried to do this a year earlier, like a year ago or 6 months ago, like I wouldn't have been able to start this new chapter and this new journey with as much confidence in myself and who I am as I do now, because I wasn't who I needed to be yet at that point. And I think I slowly started to align myself with this version of me that I needed to be in order to say, hey, I'm not happy and I'm gonna actually do something to change it. So listen, maybe one day we can have a sit down conversation about everything that kind of went down, but today's not that day, because honestly, the whole journey of opening up my studio, I've had nothing but gratitude. I was waiting to kind of have like the oh shit moment, and that moment just never came. And every time I sat and I thought about my business, and every time that I did something that made it feel more real, I signed my lease, I got my keys, I saw my studio painted, all this kind of stuff, it just confirmed that I was on the right path and that I was letting my intuition like truly guide me. And I have felt nothing but absolute gratitude for like this journey and this opportunity, especially because this isn't something that I was planning on doing. This wasn't something that, you know, I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and I intentionally like was putting money aside or intentionally was doing things to move to do this. It was something that it was kind of like a I'm just gonna go do this kind of situation. Like, not that I didn't think twice about it, I put a lot of thought into it, but everything happened, unfortunately, kind of the way that it was meant to happen. But I'm where I am now, and I'm so thankful for it. I'm so grateful, and I'm just filled with so much love and gratitude. And if you were in a situation that you're not happy with, obviously within reason, you can change it. what you don't choose, or what you don't change, you choose. So yeah, I own a business. And it's funny because probably for like a year and a half to 2 years, I always felt wrong when I was think about like doing something like this. I felt like I was like cheating on like my spouse or something, like it was like a bad thing to think about. But I realized I was slowly collecting things like a name and, you know, a color scheme and all this kind of stuff for my business before I even realized that it was something that I was going to be opening. So listen, sometimes the universe, God, divine, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, if you believe in any of that, really has a plan and timing. But that's how Gloss Hair Studio was born, and again, I'm so beyond thankful for it. But that is most of our catching up done. So I thought that I would just bring you around with me for the rest of the day as we kind of just hang out and head to the farmer's market and things like that. So, but again, we could talk all about opening Gloss and everything at a later time, but let's just hang out today, like a little FaceTime. Long distance friends that haven't caught up in a while, so come along, my friend. Okay, so Jake is currently on his way home. I recently just got off the phone with him a couple minutes ago to kind of get his ETA and to see if there was anything that he was really wanting for dinner. But the farmer's market's outside. It's only on Mondays, the farmer's market that we go to. And it's starting to get kind of dark outside. And there's thunder. So we've gone in the rain. It's not that big of a deal. But oof, this could potentially be very interesting. Also, don't mind the change of shirt. I completely dropped my lunch on my other shirt, so. Oh, yeah, like it's
nothing, it's just a wall of rain. Wall of rain.
I'll just make the pot pie tonight and we'll just go tomorrow. Do you think the power's gonna go out? Yeah, we are not going to the farmer's market today. And the power just went out for a hot second. It is a little bit later. I made a veggie pot pie for dinner. It wasn't the prettiest, but it was delicious. We did not end up going to the farmer's market because when I tell you, well, you guys saw the rain. It was raining, but I did take a shower. I washed my hair. I'm in my PJs, and we're just kind of hanging out for the rest of the night. Might get to some reading. Might just hang out. But with all that being said, thank you so much for kind of spending a little bit of the day with me and getting some life updates and hearing me chit chat. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.